Yeah, so I'm just trying to understand, I mean, again, I've heard about this from many people, but I'm just curious what's the headline? Like, why is this such a big deal? I understand why it's a big deal. Why is the county so adamant that it be closed?
You'd have to ask the judge that.
So you guys have not been consulted on this?
I have been consulted. When this first started, before my time here, it's my understanding that it was from the get-go that it was always a temporary opening, and it was just being returned back to the way it was. I mean, it was never slated to be a permanent fluted road.
Is there a safety issue with it being open?
The road is very narrow. When the cars approach each other, one has to take the shoulder to let the other one pass. In particularly, school buses, the waste management trucks, wider vehicles. When it was first opened to through traffic, we installed 2 speed bumps, but that didn't seem to phase the speeding that was going on. And an additional 3 were installed to try to slow traffic down. So you have issues with speeding, oversized vehicles that the road can't handle, and just the number of vehicles per day. And the 5,000 number is an erroneous number. He's correct.
The number is not correct?
No, that is not correct.
Right. What would you say it is?
On the Tuesday, I think it was October 30th, we had a traffic counter, a 24-hour period that on just a random Tuesday for 24 hours, 935 cars came down the road. Or 935 vehicles, I should say.
Is it a fair statement to say that the majority of this community would want that road open?
Yes.
I'm just asking the county's perspective on it.
85% signed the petition to keep the road open.
85%.
That's a pretty good majority.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brummet, I have
Yes. Mr. Justice Chambers, you're recognized.
Thank you, Ms. Massey. Wasn't trying to get ahead of, didn't want to speak right off.
You were next.
First of all, Steve, know that, first of all, this is, I think people need to remember that you work for the county judge, you work at his pleasure, you're the director of public works. And so therefore, let's not take this out on Mr. Brummet. He's simply doing the job of the person he works for, although some of us might vehemently disagree with that position. Can you tell me, Mr. Brummet, what is on the master street plan, what is the designation of Short Marche Road?
I would have to take a look at it.
Okay, I can tell you what it is. It's a collector road. It's designated as a collector. Would anybody challenge that? Okay, so collector road, I don't know of any other road that's designated a collector road in the county that is a dead end. So for those of you who don't know what's going on, if any of you have been towards Conway in the last 2 weeks, there is now an exit called the White Oaks Bayou Maumelle exit between the 430 interchange with Interstate 40 and the Morgan Maumelle exit 142. So where this Short Marche Road, this county road, comes out, is probably about 1/4 mile from that interchange. Right now, if somebody that, and we have many members of the community that are here, that live there on Short Marche, if Pawpaw says his chest is hurting and I need to go to the hospital, before the road was closed, they could hop right on off of Short Marche, right onto the freeway, get to Baptist in 10 minutes. With the road being blockaded with a bunch of concrete barriers, reminds me of Trump's with a bunch of concrete barriers right there. Now these people have to snake all the way back around and through the system of county roads, country roads, back over the Interstate 40, all the way over to Highway 365. And then when they get to 365, they're in the middle. They either have to go down 365 MacArthur to Crystal Hill to get to the freeway system and get Pawpaw to the hospital, or they have to go snake all the way back down to exit 142 and get on the freeway and come back another round trip, probably 10 miles. By this time, Papa's probably having worse than chest pains. Or dead. So I would ask Mike, first of all, I want to admit, this is out of the purview by state statute of the quorum court. It really is. This is, when you look at the duties of justices of the peace, you look at the duties of the Pulaski County Quorum Court versus the duties of the county judge and the executive branch. It's pretty clear that the jurisdiction over the system of county roads is given to the county judge. However, we are here to be a voice. We are here to be an advocate for our constituents. And I will say this, and Mr. Keith isn't here tonight, but you all will remember this, Ms. Connie, you remember this. I was an advocate. When we had people show up here from Hensley, that you remember, I stood up for them that night, even though they're on the complete opposite end of the county. I felt their pain when they said those trains block our tracks for 6, 7, 8 hours. We have to slide people underneath the train because we can't get out of our community. These are actually Mr. Elliott's constituents on Short Marche. My district borders this very closely, so I'm pretty passionate about it, because this is not just a convenience issue, this is a public safety issue, and I appreciate the judge for coming to a point where he, in his mind, created a compromise of now it's concrete barriers, but the county has ordered a gate. So it's going to be like a gated community. Only the people that live back there won't have access to the gate, only emergency responders. And by the way, first responders have to get out of their vehicle, go to the lockbox, get the master key out, unlock the gate, open the gate, and then get in to the fire, the medical emergency, the public safety emergency if it's the sheriff's office responding. Wow. So from this body's perspective, what I would like for us to do is very respectfully ask the county judge, and I believe that me and Mr. Elliott will be putting forth a resolution to this regard at the full quorum court meeting, and I want to hear from the other people that are here on this issue. A resolution asking the county judge to please reconsider his decision to blockade this road from a point that people have access and availability in the public safety aspect. And I think I've said enough. I'll yield. I want to hear from the other members of the community.